Welcome to Lunch Dope. I am Mexican Joe. I am your host. I love hip hop, rap, R&B, movies, and toys from the 90s. Let's talk about Nas Illmatic. It was released on April 19th, 1994. Now, if you remember, it's the album. Well, first of all, it's his debut album, and it's the album with him as a kid in the front. Now, this is 10 tracks, and if you remember the red CD, there you go. Now, if you watched any of the evolution of hip hop or Illmatic, or sorry, Still Illmatic on Netflix, you get to hear a lot of nuggets, small information of this album. Now, he officially got a record deal off of a freestyle that he did off of 8 bars. Now, don't quote me on where this was, but someone had told an executive about Nas and how talented he was. He ended up getting a record deal. Now, with all that said, Nas went ahead and grabbed different producers from New York, of course. And I think there was one that was from somewhere else, but don't quote me on that. Let's see. All right. So we're going to start with the track list here. And it's only 10 tracks, like I had said before. Now, here's the album. Again, here's the front cover. And you got the thank yous, and he's sitting in the park here with his homies, his crew, and we'll start off talking about the tracks here. So the first one is The Genius, and the next one is the New York State of Mind. Now, New York State of Mind is produced by none other than DJ Premier. This is a really dope track. If you know, you know. All right. So the next one is going to be Life's a B, and this one was actually produced by LES. And on this track is a really, really, really dope track. And this is the track that also has AZ. If you are familiar with AZ, he is really dope. And the next song we have, The World Is Yours. Now, this one is produced by Pete Rock. And the next track is Halftime. Now, this one is produced by Large Professor. And I do believe he is from New York as well. Memory Lane, my favorite song, Sitting in the Park. This one is produced by DJ Premier, of course. Now, when you listen to this song, it just, listening to it as a grown up, thinking about when you were young, listening to this CD, it just brings you back. It just really, really, really brings you back. But yeah, it's Memory Lane is my favorite song on here, and of course, like I said, it's produced by DJ Premier, and that's just an amazing song. Like I said, even to listen to it as an adult, kind of putting yourself back when you were, younger and you were listening to Nas and all the other old school hip hop that you listen to. You're just like, man, time has just gone by. So Memory Lane really hits hard when I listen to it, at least. Now, One Love is produced by Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest, and he in the background, he's just saying One Love. And, well, should I say, he produces the track, and then he's also on he does some vocals where he just says One Love. But it's a really dope track. I really like it. One Time for Your Mind, that's a really dope song. That one is produced by Large Professor. That one is really dope. I really like this one as well. Represent. This one is DJ Premier again. And It's a dope song. I really like it. And then we got It Ain't Hard to Tell. And this one is produced by Large Professor. And yeah, that's the last song on there. It's only 10 tracks, but this is such an amazing album. I really love it. Memory Lane, again, I don't know how many times I got to say that. That is, like my favorite track. But New York State of Mind, like as soon as you hear uh the bass on that song, da dun da dun da dun, you hear that part as well. It's it's just really dope. I love it. And again, that one was produced by DJ Premier. But now I wasn't driving around with the homies listening to this because I was a little bit younger. Let's see, 1994, might have been 13. But I remember watching MTV and seeing, who is this guy Nas? Like, he's really sick. He's super dope. And yeah, it's the projects that he lived in is right there. Is really dope. And I don't know why my mic keeps on falling down here. I apologize. There we go. Hopefully it'll stay up. That's what she said. All right. So yeah, Nas Illmatic, and on here we have In Memory. Now, if you recall listening to a lot of Nas, he definitely gave props to his friend Ill Will, who passed away. God bless the dead. And on here, of course, he talks about the people that he gives shots out to as well. Now, this one, I was not bumping this in the ride because I had to be like 13 or 14. April 19th, 1994. But I remember seeing this on MTV. Oh my God. It was so different. And the beats were just absolutely amazing. Not that I knew who any of these people were, but if you were like me, you were kind of a dork and you were always like, ooh, I wonder who produced this track or who was the other artist that was on there. And like AZ, I was like, who is this guy on Life's Up? B word. You're just like, who is this guy? This guy is insane. It's just, he's so dope. His delivery is insane. And yeah, I mean, but again, I'm kind of a dork. I like to look at the credits. I like to see who produced it. I like to see who the executive producer was. I like to learn about those things. MC Stretch from Third Base. He was an executive producer from here. It was pretty dope. MC Stretch actually talks about making sure that Nas did not get screwed over on the deal. So he helped facilitate that deal with Columbia House. Sony Music, Columbia House. So whatever. Columbia. But that's kind of cool that, you were watching out for someone that, you didn't really know, and you went ahead and make sure that he didn't get screwed over on the deal. Now, if you've seen, again, I mentioned Netflix because you have The Evolution of Hip Hop. It's an amazing documentary, which is 4 parts of it, and it's really dope. You really got to check it out. But it kind of tells it does tell the story of the evolution of hip hop. Of course, that's why it's called that. But I mean, if you have time, you got to check it out. It is really dope. And he talks about how he was doing a freestyle in this. I don't even know what the place was called. I'd have to watch the documentary again, but he spit 8 bars, and from that 8 bars, he got a record deal. But I'm telling you, you got to watch this documentary. It's really dope. The other documentary is called Stillmatic. You really got to check it out. That really tells the story about Nas from when he was little to, of course, now. And they go very in depth about this album, of course, Illmatic, and making it, because it's such a, I mean, to me, it's one of the best albums that came out in 1994. I do believe Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die also came out in 1994, which that album as well is an amazing one of, again, one of the best albums that came out in 1994, in my opinion, for rap and hip hop. But like I said, you got to check out those two documentaries. So the evolution of hip hop, and then you have the next one, which is called Stillmatic. Stillmatic came out after the evolution of rap, but, or sorry, the evolution of hip hop. But you really got to check out. It is really dope. I know you have to make the time to actually sit down and watch it, and you know, as we get older with kids and stuff like that, it's kind of hard, but make the time so you can actually learn something about hip hop and the evolution of it, and even just this album, Illmatic. They talk a lot about it. You know, they also talk about his friend Ill Will, who passed away. God bless the dead, like I said. But this is Lunch Dope. This is going to be episode 4, and got a couple of things here for you. Of course, I always thank you for your time. Thank you so much. And if you do follow me and you do like me, you can go ahead, because again, I am Mexican Joe. You can get a hoodie like this. You can get it in various colors that says Mexican Joe is dope. You can also get some t-shirts as well. Let's see, women's t-shirts as well. And let's see, hoodies, sweatshirts without a hood. The hoodies can be either like that, or they can also come up as a zip up as well. And I am also a poet. Now, I always wanted to be a rapper, but I had no rapping skills and I cannot write raps, but I could write some pretty good poetry. So if you do like poetry, you can go ahead and you can buy my poetry books on Amazon. I'm going to put those links in my description, and those are going to be under my name, which is Jose Aguillon Jr., and not Mexican Joe is dope. I keep everything separate. I keep my poetry separate under my real name, and then my 90s hip hop and 90s toys, 90s movies. Mexican Joe is dope. Lunch Dope, which is the solo podcast that's here. Everything's separate. So, like I said, I'll have the links for all my social media, and then I'll also have the links for my books that you can buy on Amazon. And yeah, don't forget that time is the most valuable thing that someone can give you. Okay? So make sure that you give it to the people that you love, give it to the people that you care about. I am Jose, aka Mexican Joe, aka Mexican Joe is dope. I'm out. Take care. Have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this.